是梁思，很高兴又跟大家见面了，欢迎收看我们你好四川的直播。那么梁思现在所在的地方呢，就是
I am Liang Si. Welcome to What's Up Sichuan. I am now in Danleng County. I am in the Xingfu ancient village. It's a hot spot right now, and I heard that here in this village you can get the answer to happiness. So here, today, we're going to explore together what's inside this village and what's the secret of happiness. How does it feel to walk on the path of this village? This is your invitation letter. Please allow me to introduce my local friend. Hello, my name is Luo Yi. I'm a local of Danling. I am especially inviting you to a wedding here. It says that we are hereby inviting you to witness the wedding on July the 21st. It's written vertically, so it's very traditional. It's a traditional Han ethnic wedding. So is the other places any different from this wedding? Yes, this is very traditional with about 19 different arrangements, but it's not time yet. We are now preparing food for the wedding. Where? Where shall we go? It's in a courtyard. Now let's move there. You mentioned about Dunba. What is it? It's a local specialty. It's a snack. It adopts the sticky rice while grounded. It's made. So it's composed of 3 different rice, yes. And it's a dessert, yes. This is a beautiful courtyard. We just walked through such a door, a wooden door. And I'm guessing that it belongs to a wealthy family. It's called the Xiong's Mansion. This mansion was refurbished to be a guest house. And the guest house brings a lot of revenues, particularly in the high season. The revenue is about thousands of RMB yuan per day. Usually your high season is in the springtime, in March and April, and I heard that your daily visitors will amount to 1,000 to 2,000 people. So I'm guessing that this guest house must be sought after during the high season. Do you hear the sound? They're grinding the rice. I hear the chirping of the cicada. I guess our viewers have heard it as well. Excuse me, so you're grinding the rice. What is this rice? This is the long-shaped rice. Is this rice the newly harvested one this year? That depends. So grinding the rice is the first step, yes. So you're now grinding the long-shaped rice. What about the other rice, like the sticky rice? The long-shaped rice is just one type of rice. I'm here to learn. When did you have the first bite of Dunba? When I was in school. I was in a hurry to school, and I just fetch it at my hand and bite it. It was delicious and handy food. Will this bowl be moved to the other places? Is that corn I am looking at? Now let's have a look. What are you making? Wrapping up Dunba. So the rice milk, after being grounded, will be fermented for some time, and then we wrap it up. Can I take one? Go ahead. So this is the already fermented rice milk. For how long? I can already smell the rice and the sour flavor because of the fermentation. I can smell the yeast, and also I can smell sugar. It's delicious. You can have a taste. I can't feel my hand. I'm learning to wrap it up. Try this one. My hand is shaking. Have you done this, Loi? When I was young, together with my grandma. So this leaf is washed clean. Now it's a container. Now we put it here in the pot. I would love to try another one. Wish me good luck. It takes some techniques. Fold it below. It's for girls. Why it's too small? I think so. The others are much bigger. Let's leave it for me later on. How long do we have to steam it? 20 to 30 minutes. So it's quick. I see you've already made some. Are there any differences between the different plates? They have different flavors. What's that? That's the rose. I would taste it. Let me help you to unwrap it. So wrong direction. You can see the rose petals. It's soft and romantic. As a dessert for the wedding ceremony, it's perfect because it's made of rose. Any other flavor? Sugar. Can you make the other flavors? For example, the black rice, sesame, and so on. This is a specialty locally. So the entire Sichuan province can make this. But Danleng is the birthplace of this snack, even though the entire province can produce it. You told me that when you had the first bite of it before going to school, you were satisfied. Now I can totally imagine. How many rice do you have in this one? 2. According to historical record, the making of Dunba was noted. It tells the story of how to make Danleng Dunba. It's already recorded in the county log of Danleng. I see you're very familiar with history. You can recite it so easily. Now we learn the historical background of this simple food, but I'm curious. Since it's made of long-shaped rice and sticky rice and sugar, was it only enjoyed by the wealthy people? Actually, on the contrary, it was for the poor people. There was a man called Feng Ma. He had no food, and it was cold outside. He was very hungry, so he collected the rice left behind by the wealthy people, and after fermentation, he successfully made Dunba. But of course, it looked different from this one right now. So we have to thank him. And I heard that Dunba has a booming industry right now. There are about 100 households producing Dunba. Some of them are mass production, some are individual workshop. With the high technology, they can produce more. Dunba industry can bring about 400 million RMB yuan revenue to this county. I just had a mistake, almost mistaking the number as 4 trillion, and that's gonna be stunning. So now we will put the steamer on fire. Let's linger no more, even though I do want to eat more. Let's move away for her. She's smiling. Dunba is very sweet. Now we have the white sugar, red sugar, sesame, and rose, and other different flavors for Dunba. I can taste the flour in it. Help yourself to it in the wedding ceremony. I'm convinced that in this ceremony there will be much more delicious food for me to choose. But even though Sichuan people love it, what is this? This is the wheel. Is it the wind blower? You can call it that. You can put in the rape seeds or the grains inside, and then it can grind it. It's well preserved. I see some other traditional instruments, for example, this grinding bass. I've seen it before in Shanxi. It's the result of our ancestors' wisdom. Do you hear something? The chirping of cicada, the birds, and also the frogs. Also the wind. It's very romantic. You feel like getting back to your childhood here in the village. I once lived in the countryside for some time, so I share the bond with the village. And now coming here, I see so many ancient trees. So hearing the chirping of the cicada, even though without cuckoo, I am reminded of my childhood. And I am homesick. So such traditional charm of villages is kept in this village. And also the architecture matters. Those architecture are mostly made of mud and tiles. So this is a demonstration village. Walking through the village, I am refreshed by the oxygen here in the air. So I highly recommend our friends to come for a tour here with your family members. This is the peach tree. Do you see the peach hanging over there? Not really. Coming here in this season, you have a lot of fruits to eat. And also on your way here, you can find the chestnut trees, the chili trees, the tea. They're all over there. So this piece of land is fully tapped. On our left side, that's the lotus pond. I believe if you come here in the nighttime, it's a beautiful scenery against the moon. Morning time is perfect actually to appreciate the lotus flowers. In this season every year, the lotus are blossoming. Not long after, we can enjoy the lotus seeds. So you have a lot of food anytime you come here in this village. So I'm guessing that one answer to happiness is abundant food. You have a lot of varieties. Those are all organic, natural food. Can I introduce the food here? In springtime, you can see only flowers, different colors of flowers. Unlike this season, you can see the flowers of different fruits like the plums, the peach flowers, and the camellia. So I'm lucky coming in the summer season because this is a season of not only flowers but also food. And speaking of chestnut, I know that this village is also home to walnuts. Yes. The list goes on and on. And I love picking plums. Plum is a local specialty here. You can see so many plum trees, and I see two different varieties of plum trees. One is green, one is purple. Two different plums. And they have different names. They are named after their harvesting month. One in May, the other in August. So not there yet. You can wait for the August plum. If you see some fruit hanging over the branch, you cannot just pick it. You will see the QR code on the tree, and by scanning the QR code, you can contact the grower, and then you can buy from the grower. In this village, If you want to pick something, just say my name, and you can be my guest. This is also a beautiful yard. Hello there. Are you dyeing the cloth? Yes. We are dyeing the cloth, and those are already done. What's the pattern? That's in circle. And this one is in rhombus. Where do you get the color? We actually distilled the color from plants. The color is concentrated in the plants, and we can just take those small bottles outdoors for activities. And for example, let's look at the blue color. Usually, what type of plants can give you this blue color? Sorry, I cannot remember the name of the plants. So it doesn't hurt your hand. It's environmental friendly. I think the blue may come from like the BGS, and for red it comes from flowers. So this is the dyeing, and we call it 能染. 冷染 meaning cold dyeing. For hot dyeing, we will use the hot water and the stove. Now let's have a try. We dip the cloth in the agents. It smells sour because I put in some vinegar. So no chemical here, it's just the vinegar. Do you want to make one of your own? Sure. Unfold this piece of cloth. You will have to do your own. Fold it like this. Find the center of this piece of cloth and keep swirling it. Use your other hand to fix it, otherwise it will fly away. Since it's symmetry, after you unfold it, there will be two patterns exactly the same. It seems easy, but I cannot manage it. It's very easy. This is the rubber band. All the instruments are very simple devices. That's the first rubber band. And then get another one to push inside the edges. I want to make it much simpler. I can just choose to rub it randomly. That's impressionist.
一定要把它固定住，死死的套住，因为这样它中间才能够留。
Use more rubber bands to fix it this cloth.
外围的这个图案。已经懂了。我这看都看得懂啊，就我这个智商可能180。
I guess in that way, the folded parts will be in white color. You're very smart. Just like paper cutting, it's symmetry. You can of course make some patterns like butterflies. You are undoing it. I can improve it, so it's difficult. So will the villagers do the dyeing a lot? And there are visitors coming here every year for dyeing. Just like paper cutting, this is also intelligible cultural heritage. It has a history of 1,000 years. It was transmitted from Xinjiang. Now we can produce 1,000 different patterns on the cloth. What's those cloths used? We can make clothes. As you can see, I'm wearing blue color, but this blue color contains some bits of white. Is that true? The patterns seem to be embroidered, not dyed. I'm talking about the blue part. The blue part is dyed on it. I have a question. If the cloth is not wrapped up by the rubber bands, can we call it the coat dyeing cloth? Yes, of course. I can just draw some patterns and then use the needle and lines to stitch them together, so you don't necessarily need the rubber band to tie it. Those dyed cloths can be used for tablecloths or clothes. They're very beautiful. I heard that Van Gogh had a painting made through dyeing procedure. Now it's your turn. Here are your gloves. Because it's hard to wash. It means that the colors don't fade away that easily. Choose your cloth. The gloves seem to be smaller than my hands. You're wearing the wrong hand. I'm done. That's the first step, wearing gloves. We are heading for a wedding. How about we make a gift? I need red. It never hit me. How considerate you are. Take a bigger piece of cloth. I want to make a circle, just like her. You can wrap it from here. Wrap more, because it's very small.
这个很像莲藕，对，每年应该在我这儿来的游客有不少过来，因为这个美丽的紫色背心。然后完了。
You must receive a lot of visitors here, drawn by this dyeing.
在这种风光自
They
然
enjoy the local scenery here as well.
中进行这一个发染
In
了，
such beautiful scenery,
很幸福。看，幸福
doing the dyeing practice must be happy. Yes, of course. So we got the second answer to happiness.
幸福幸福超幸福。老师，这个够扎得紧吗？这个够紧，够紧往下。
Am I doing it well?
我怎么觉得
Tight enough?
跟卫生纸呢？
Well done.
揉揉还能用。
Yours look like toilet paper.
可以从后边过来，这样就是扎得更好。然后这样扎再绕一个什么图案啊？我就非常好奇。这样吗？一会儿拆开，一会儿我们来揭晓。
What's gonna be the pattern? Wait and see. Aren't you expecting mine? Of course we are.
这个掌声是不是很热烈？热烈。先完成我这个，然后我们两个一起再
We are applauding for your work.
究竟能出来什么样的图案。所以之前我们老师有说到，我们这个皮筋一定要扎得很紧，这样的话它才能留白。哎，留白是艺术。
We have to tighten our rubber bands. That's gonna leave enough white
两
space.
块是这样的布嘛，只是有点不均匀。
Otherwise, it's gonna be a random dyed cloth. Let's talk about your clothes. The blue color is dyed. The patterns are embroidered. Those used to be different pieces of cloth, and then we piece them together to make a clothes. Are you a local here? Yes.
都是很有艺术的。
I come from Dongtuo,
老师，我好
all
了，
artistic places.
给大家展示一下。你想要用？
What color do you want?
条莲藕，这个是藏，
As a boy, I want blue color.
这个一定要带的香。我因为超爱这里，超级爱。哪一个？蓝色吗？
I love this color. The purplish blue.
滴眼睛。师傅真的很不情愿。
I want to be your apprentice. She doesn't want to, I guess.
休息。看个人。师傅已经领进门了，都交给你了。各位朋友们学会了吗？回家可以扎。
Depends on you yourself.
为你心爱的朋友扎上一个。好，接下来你的颜色就是莲藕。
Everyone can do the dyeing cloth.
这样一块儿放这个。
With those skills already taught,
揉一下，揉一下，手揉一下。对。哇，你那看上去容易更多呀。对，用力揉。好，然后再来。
yours seem much easier.
可以了，你可以继续揉。
This looks like a lotus root. Keep rubbing. Enough color already.
我专门很喜欢看，因为这个滴的时候也会很容易。哎。
It's dipping. It's okay.
是吗？那我那个尖尖，我想混个。
How about a mixture of colors?
加上红红火火，希望这对新
I want to mix yellow color,
没关系，穿搭模式来。
yellow and red,
要黄色。
to make a good fortune for this new couple. I want a mixture as well.
给你，蓝色和绿的搭配会是很棒的一个。
I recommend green to mix with blue. It's gonna be an awesome combination.
各位，这个正在刚刚可能
Is that this one?
进入到我们节目的
Yes.
朋友们啊，各位朋友们，我们这个现在是在做发染，没有做什么。
So dear viewers, we're now doing the cloth dyeing. Even though it's red looking like blood, don't worry about it.
这个颜色会更加漂亮。
I am rubbing and massaging this piece of cloth.
先补点色。
Wait 2 minutes.
哎，不错，这把不错。
哎，几点了？
现在是
哎呀，好巧啊，我也是。
What time is it?
好嘞，可以。
仪表了。
那这个
I have a watch too.
小朋友也可以做，我有看到小朋友。
但小朋友做这个得小心一点。
Small kids can do this. They do come, but they have to be careful, because, like you said, the colors are hard to wash. The kids will wear the gloves as well, but still for the kids, if they are careless, they will put the colors all on themselves.
算了吧，我还是先把这个做完，看一下成果。可以将就一下。真的是要还原原生态。
还原原生态。
就只要一片布就行。
不必，大可不必。我相信观众朋友们可能也不是很想看啊。
You're wearing white today?
美好的发展。那刚刚呢？对，如果是刚刚进入直播间。
Actually, your clothes could be the cloth to make the dye.
白布在清水中。
We're just joking.
有肤色系的清水中浸泡一段时间，然后呢，对它。
So today we see the procedure. Put the white cloth in the reagent for some time, and then we wrap and tighten the piece of cloth. Mine looks like a lotus root, and that ball is made by Luo Yi.
当然了，它最后会成就什么颜色，就要看。
Mine is impressionist, but I'm not sure what's going to be the color. It has its own destiny. Yours look like a planet. What hit you? Coming in this organic village, you think about the nature all the time. So I see this ball, it looks like the planet.
那是动物世界。
哦，是吗？我想一下。
不过也是，我们这边啊，其实我一路上过。
You're singing the song for the animal world,
小壁虎。
not man at nature. But speaking of the animal world, I see a lot of animals here. I see the gecko. I'm eager to see my result. Are the claws ready? It's best to save them in the pocket for 24 hours. Now let's see your result. Cut it open.
师傅会信啊！师傅，就不搭理我了吗？
姓宋。他意思说送走你，师傅主要想送走你。
You can be my master. Can I ask your name? Call me Song.
咱们一块儿打开。咱们一块儿打开。
当然要一起打开。
然后让网友在那个喜欢我这边的扣1啊，那边扣2。
为什么我是2？行，喜欢他的这个。
Let's untie ours together, and let's see which one is the favorite of our viewers. Leave your comment, 1 for her and 2 for me. There are so many uncertainties. Now let's unwrap it. It looks like a big red flower. I love it. What about mine? Those parts will be oxidated and they will turn green. This is like a totem. It looks like a dragon flying in the sky, a white dragon flying in the blue sky. You have a good mixture of colors. They blend together. Even though the middle part isn't very clear, it's still good enough. Everyone has different opinions for arts. Mine is a combination of realism and impressionism. hold this tight and fold it because you intend this to be a gift for the new couple. Since it's symmetrical, you have to fold it because it's still wet. And just leave it there. Since it's still wet, I don't think it can be a gift. I know it's beautiful, but as a gift for the new couple, it's best to have a finished product. And let's leave mine work here. If you have the opportunity to see this piece of cloth made of mine, please remember me. See how artistic I am? Me as well. You both did well. I am complacent with your commenting words. So how much can my cloth be sold? 10 RMB yuan. Ten is too much for yours. 8 for me. If I am to buy yours, and I put in some flowers. Thank you. I think they will love it because it's red. It has good meaning. Now let's move on. Thank you for your time. Finally, you can see me off. See you next time.